Right guys, welcome to the Texas Grand Prix. We are in America and my recording didn't record, my audio anyway. It was there because the game sounds dipped out, but yeah, I'm just recording this afterwards. So we have been habitually quick in America. I don't think I've ever lost, well, I think I've won every race I've had here. 4 races in total, 2 Texas and 2 in Indianapolis. And yeah, we'll see how we get on really. Got about, well, I've cut it down to about 20 minutes because it's a long track. It's something like 5 kilometers, and I'm usually quick on this, so fortunately I'm not really expecting much competition. Especially through the first sector, I usually gain a couple of seconds because you can just get to full speed. And then as you go through like the S-bends, just release the accelerator and you just start leaning. And if you need to brake, obviously, and it'll carry you through, and the computers pull out of it quite a lot. And as you can see there, I already had a little bit of a gap over them. Try my best to try and keep the game sounds a bit lower, just so you can hear me. But will I look back in a minute? As you can see, we've got half a second over Marquez already, and we're only just past the first sector. Coming into the really tight left-hander after doing 300 kilometers an hour. We'll just go around here. Rossi overtakes Lorenzo for third, and that's one thing. That's did I mention it in this last video? Can't remember. One thing realistic about. Oh, and here comes Marquez down the inside. Puts the curbs and we hit him on the exit because he's come across. After being half a second ahead in the third sector, which is probably my worst one. I always lose time in this one to the computers. Marquez has started pulling it back. It's nice to see that a computer, after almost 23 laps in the lead in the MotoGP in his first season, is actually in front of us. I'll try and go lock up his inside here. Both locking up his front and rear tyres there, just skid out, but the rest of the field is a little bit away. We'll try and go to the inside. No, no, go around the outside. I prefer taking this on the outside, to be fair. If I go tight to the thingy, the apex, I feel like I'm going to hit it and then either come off or get a penalty. So I just go wider and then pull it down to the apex later on. You lose a bit of time, but then you get in it. You get a bit more exit speed. So as you can see, a little bit of contact with Marquez and into the lead. Because if they pull out on them corners, like I said, cut that corner a bit. I was quite lucky to get away with no penalty. But I don't know if I'll look behind me in a minute because I don't know how far ahead I am going to be. I do find strange. I don't know if this is on the same on the factory Ducatis. Having 2 exhausts, but they're not next to each other, or they're not either side of the wheel. There's one underneath your backside, and then one just on the beneath the right leg, right foot. Lorenzo says Rossi on this occasion. Marquez is right behind me. You can see the little indicator. As I said before, this is my worst sector, and then he comes up that corner again. Just try and keep it tight to these apexes as Marquez slides out a bit further than I do. It's my worst corner in Moto3, but it seems to have better in Moto2 and MotoGP. Nice slide up his inside of the final corner, cut the curbs a little bit too much there. There's a lot of exit speed. Nice to see someone else out in front. Marquez sets the track record. Around his outside again. Holds it down on the apex. I think it's this that you'll see how much the computer will pull out in comparison. Look at that, and I've just, how much time I've gained on him there. On the outside there, a little bit of a touch. through to the end of the first sector. My screensaver goes on watching this. Try and lose the back end. Put the hard tyre on the rears, kept the soft at the front. But the engineers wanted me to put soft and two softs. But I thought with that corner, especially the one where it just dips off to the left, you lose quite a lot of degradation from that corner alone. So I put it on and hoped it would help me out. I thought on a soft I'd no barely any tyre left at Losail, and that's a flat track, whereas this goes up and down all the time. So I was hoping that that corner alone would be fine for my hard tyre. But as you can see, after 5 laps, all the way through the race, we're already a second ahead of Marquez now. Pulled away a little bit. Into the big long straight we go. 100, 200, and 300 kilometers an hour, still rising, still rising, still rising, and then brake a little bit after what it tells you. Keep it wide, and you can pull it down a little bit close to the apex and go around it. Or on this occasion, you won't go around it, you'll go over it. Gone a bit too much, and bike goes from underneath me. I already had a, I don't know, 3.5 second lead, and the computer didn't even get anywhere near me until this point. So, quite shocking really. The fact that you can just throw yourself off your bike, and because of the game puts you automatically back on it, there's no time delay, it just gets pulled straight back onto the track, and you can be away before the computers even catch you. I wouldn't mind it. Obviously if your bike is damaged, then you should be out of it, out of the race, but if your bike's not damaged, I think there should just be a time delay, because obviously in real life you'd have to run to the bike, pick it up and get it going again. I think there should be some sort of delay for that. They did put a lot of updates in, well, not a lot of updates, but like they made a lot of glitch fixes for this when I recorded this. A couple of the trophies have been sorted out. The one where the gold trophy for racing 830 miles, and as soon as that was fixed, that actually popped for me. So hopefully that's working for you at home as well. But there is a few others. There's Vasquez's helmet in Moto3 has changed, I believe. There's a couple of other. There's quite a list actually that's been changed. I can't remember it because it is that long. I've read through it. They were not major really. There's a lot. It was mainly. There's a new PlayStation League actually. I don't know what that's about. I haven't renewed my PlayStation Plus at the moment. I will probably do soon. So I'll figure what that's all about. We're halfway through this race. 11. What's the split time coming up? Oh, I don't even see. So it's over 4.5 seconds at this point, because I think the split time stops either 4 or 5 seconds. So at this stage in the race, even though I've fallen off, I am ridiculously far ahead. And the back markers are now almost a half a track behind me. And this is the point we start pushing, because I feel like, oh, if we go really fast for the end of the race, we could actually catch those guys. Just I don't know, just for a bit of fun, race back through the pack. But only 11 laps left, or 10 laps left. It's not likely to happen really. These are the bits I actually was speaking over, which is like why I've taken these bits of the action. Can't really remember what I was saying now, because I recorded this yesterday when I released the first video, so I can't remember anything that was said really. I'm just trying to remember bits and bats. I I think this is quite a long section, so I'll probably think talking about moving up teams, because this, I was talking about the tiers. Like I'd say the Repsol Honda, the factory Yamaha and factory Ducati are the top tier. Tech 3 Yamaha, the Suzuki and the WCM Honda are the second tier, and then this Pramac, I don't know what else is in this tier, but I'd say the Pramac's in the third tier. Like they're only just a little bit below what the Suzuki and Yamaha and the other Honda is. So I'm racing for it. To say I crashed out of most of the Moto2 races in my second season, which I didn't mean to do. I still got quite a decent team to sign for, and as you can see, got a penalty. With a quarter of the race to go, I cut one of the S-bend corners. I carried far too much speed into the corner. It's the second one when you go right. I'm going far too fast. Didn't really want to brake and wear out my tyres or fall off, so I just cut the corner and took the half-second penalty, because it was with the lead I've got anyway. As you can see on the mini map, I'm really far ahead, so half-second really won't cost me a race with more. Head back down the straight. Is there a split time, or are they too far back? As you can see on the map, from me looking behind, you cannot really even see anybody. The split time doesn't even come up, so that's probably 5 seconds worth of time I'm in front. And I apologise for that, guys. Like the fact that I couldn't really show you much more racing than I wanted to. However, the next race is Argentina. If you've watched my Moto2 part of this series, I did not fare very well. That bodes well for racing. Like I should hopefully be in the middle of the pack, racing with everybody else, and it could be a tight race and more to be fighting for, I don't know, top 10 rather than top 3. But, let's see from this next clip coming up, about 2 seconds. I do the same again. Lose the back end on that corner, which I don't know why. I took it quite slowly, and the back end just slid out from underneath me. And that 5 second lead has gone to pot. So I believe it's Marquez that comes underneath me in a minute. And it's on my worst probably corner of the track. You can see the indicator just pop up there. Marquez is half a second behind me now. And with 5 laps left of this race, I need to get over half a second lead, otherwise I'll come second anyway. And under the pressure, I've gone really wide there. I didn't brake at all. Nearly wiped Marquez out on that corner. Just both holding his line, and I take him out. We both collide. He slide underneath me. I couldn't see him until the last minute, and I'm trying to straighten up, and we both hit each other, and he just comes off. I think the game has a leniency to the person who gets hit, which is what makes me feel like it wasn't my fault. Because when I'm in qualifying and I hit other people, I go underneath them, and I'll hit them say like 100 miles an hour, and they don't come off, whereas I'll come straight off like immediately. And that's obviously my fault. And I think the game gives a bit of leniency to the person who gets hit, and sometimes they won't always come off. And I think that's what's happened there. So that's what made me believe like it wasn't my fault, and I carried on and didn't give the position back. Although there was no one behind me and Marquez for a few seconds, and as you can see, I think that's Rossi. I think I saw the flash of yellow there. And, now coming in to the final lap, see how much split time we have. It actually appears Rossi's 3.5 seconds down the road. Plenty of time really, as long as I don't try and throw it away. I did try and do that on a number of occasions, especially on the corner I said earlier was my worst corner in Moto3. I did that. I went off there 2 or 3 times wide. I've lost quite a bit of time doing that. My back end, I also slid my back end out quite a few times, so I had to slow down to straighten back up again. 30.433 seconds for a first sector time is pretty good. I think my best is like just shy of hitting 30 dead on. Obviously the tyres are gone, both on half degradation, but if I was to do the soft rear tyre, I think that'd have gone ages ago. Coming down the big long straight for the last time. Split time didn't come up again, so it's obviously gone up to 5 seconds after that, the first 2 sectors. Somehow took that corner basically exactly the same as what I did in the second crash, and yet I took that absolutely fine, and I didn't even have a look of falling off that time. Finally pull it down to the apex. I think that's one of the only times I did it this race. Going into the final sector, going through the few long right-handers. Speed up to 200 kilometers an hour as we go into the left. I don't think you can change it from kilometers an hour, otherwise I would have it as miles, but I seem to have it as kilometers, which is a bit of a pain because I don't really... I know the conversions are like 30 to 50 and whatever, but... Coming over the final straight, try and do the wheelie. We did start it, but couldn't keep it up. But yeah, it were exciting in little parts as Marquez came past me, but unfortunately he fell off, and somehow I finished 6.2 seconds ahead of Rossi, even though I didn't feel like I was going that fast through the final 2 sectors. I took it really steadily. Tried doing a wheelie as well, and I still managed to finish that time. And there we have it, the final standings. The finishers finishing second, so we both keep it up as points tallies. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching. It is Argentina next, so hopefully I won't do as well. Keep it a bit more competitive, and I'll see you in the next race.